When you write with the philosopher-poet, you love playing with ideas. The philosopher-poet sees the whole world as a game of ideas. You have an active imagination, and you love exploring patterns and anomalies in the physical world. The philosopher-poet is able to identify patterns relatively easily, and they love playing with those ideas. The philosopher-poet sees beyond the surface, and they perceive the infinite depths of lying silently within. As such, with just a mere glimpse, epiphanies will reveal themselves through the echoes of the unconscious, allowing philosophers to unearth the answers to life's most significant questions. Alan Watts, who is one of the most ultimate philosopher-poets, said, "You are a function of what the whole universe is doing in the same way that a wave is a function of what the whole ocean is doing." I love that. I'm going to repeat that. You are a function of what the whole universe is doing in the same way that the wave is a function of what the whole ocean is doing. It gives an elevated meaning to an ordinary life, right? You are connected to all of life, and you are one representative of that big picture. The philosopher-poet archetype can be a god or a goddess, can be a wizard or a magician, a traveler. They can wear many disguises. And they can also be a contemporary example of that kind of persona. They can be a teacher, a professor, a CEO, a mentor, or a wise grandparent. They have a perspective that they readily share with others quite generously. And they generally create connections that surprise other people. That is their special gift. That is their superpower. The philosopher has a knowledge and wisdom, and which is sometimes vast and sometimes based on decades of experience, which is why sometimes our elders are more philosophical. And based on decades of experience and common sense, they can use this to help the hero or the heroine find their way. The sage archetype, the philosopher archetype, often has vast powers, but they don't use it for their own benefit alone. They are really humanitarians sharing their knowledge for the benefit of all. You don't have to be in the club to be able to appreciate what they have to share. So let's play with the writing with our philosopher poet. Let's kind of settle in for here for a minute. Get centered, feel your seat on the seat and your feet on the floor. And imagine the articulate, brilliant philosopher poet standing before you. He or she is calm and cool and deep as a spring-fed pond. They see both the seen and the unseen, and they unravel the mysterious patterns of the world around us. They may unravel the mysterious patterns of the world around us, or they may discover and interpret them for us in a new way so that we see everything around us differently. Breathe in the essence of this wise being who can see patterns not just in nature, but in human behavior and in the world around us. Bring to mind a subject that you're interested in, but you don't understand entirely. This will be kind of a leap of trust in the process. This idea, this subject is compelling. It intrigues you. It has a strange attraction for you, but it isn't quite knowable yet. And that's part of the attraction that you have for it. You can access part of it, but you don't know the depth of it. It could be a difficult book or a new style of music that is suddenly a fascination for you. It could be the secret language of bees. Put yourself in the philosopher-poet's shoes. Absorb their persona. Let it melt into your own, and imagine that there is a purpose and a use for this idea that you're grappling with. The philosopher poet is not afraid to assume that they can see the connections to things that others don't, and they simply step out in absolute faith that whatever meaning shows up for them is pure magic. Breathe in the philosopher poet's faith in the connection of all things. I'm going to set the timer, and when you're ready, open your eyes and begin journaling for 3 minutes with the help of the philosopher poet. That one was the first tough one for me, I will admit it. I thought that would be the easiest one, which is a surprise for me, but I'd love to hear how that was for you.